Agree to share your new personal data or your account will be deactivated. That's what WhatsApp users around the world actually need to decide. The company is updating its privacy policy, a move that's been met with strong criticism from users. Experts say this may well open the door for people to move to other social networking platforms such as Telegram and Signal. ETV reporter Pule Letwiti-Jones had a chat with some experts and filed this report.
More than 2 billion WhatsApp users are left with just about a month to decide whether they'll agree to the application's new privacy policy. According to the company, it wants to use Facebook's global data centers to store data. If you agree, you will essentially be giving Facebook permission to access all your private information, including some phone numbers, address books, and locations. But that's not all. Companies using WhatsApp will also be subject to these changes. One expert says this may be a challenge if you don't have a Facebook account.
If you do not accept the terms, you will not be able to participate in WhatsApp and possibly lose your social circles there unless they migrate with you somewhere else.
WhatsApp messages are encrypted, meaning your messages and calls are secure. Under the new policy, this will remain as it is.
Facebook has said that it's mostly to enable business messaging, to allow businesses to use Facebook-hosted services and integrate that with the way they interact with customers on WhatsApp. So, I mean, your chats are still end-to-end encrypted.
Many WhatsApp users are threatening to stop using the app, but Facebook doesn't seem to be shaken. Its new policy will come into effect on the 8th of February. Pule Letwiti-Jones in Pretoria.
Staying with that story, Tech Hub host Aki Anastasiou joins us now. Now, Aki, what is the point of this? I mean, I saw on my phone the message about these new terms and conditions popping up. I just went on accept because I need that chatting platform for work, for instance, and to chat to other people that are important in my life. But doesn't this just mean that they're going to lose users?
Mashego, good evening to you. Well, I think it's incredibly arrogant from Facebook. I think it's short-sighted. I think they're taking a gamble on their 2 billion WhatsApp users, which they have a dominant market share. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens until the 8th of February. And I suspect, and my gut feeling is that Facebook may do an about turn. When you look at the reaction out there from the public. And it's interesting, you know, you talk about the two other platforms, Signal and Telegram, and it's incredible in the last 48 hours how many users I've seen come up on my notifications that are joining those two platforms for the first time. So I think that that WhatsApp is going to get a bit of a surprise, and the backlash from their users to this simply arrogant message that they send to users: either you agree to our terms and conditions, or you can just go.
Well, actually, they clearly think that they're the only people who can offer us such, services. But I just want to also talk to you, Aki, about the fact that a lot of people will now, of course, as you were saying, leave the platform. But what exactly does all of this mean? And also, Facebook has been in the news before for actually not doing so good in terms of privacy for people. So is our privacy going to be protected?
Well, you know, this is a company that has lied to us before. You know, let's all bear in mind that, you know, WhatsApp is a platform that Facebook purchased all the way back in 2014. They paid a lot of money for WhatsApp. They paid $18 billion. And about a couple of years after that, they said that privacy is baked into our DNA and we value the user privacy. At the end of the day, this is a company that has to make money. They have to answer to shareholders. They've got to deliver to shareholders. And, you know, when you look at the company, which is including Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Oculus, which is their virtual reality platform, these companies now have to start making money for their shareholders. And they have been making money, but they've got to continue delivering on these returns. Now, when you have a platform like WhatsApp, which is free, you are the product. And that's the bottom line over here. They are taking your data, they're sharing it with Facebook. They're saying that they're sharing it with business platforms on Facebook. But they want to have access to your location data. They want to have access to your chats. They want to have access to your profile picture. They want to know exactly where you've been. They want to know exactly what sites you visited in. So they can take that information, share it on to their advertisers and sell your data. And that's what today's social media is all about. And this is what's making people very, very angry. But at the end of the day, it's a free platform. And, Facebook's got to monetize their products somehow.
What does this mean, Aki, if anything, for people like myself, who I do have a Facebook account, but I'm really not active there. I'm more active on WhatsApp. There are people, for instance, who have WhatsApp but don't have Facebook. Is there anything that's going to mean for people like that?
Well, what it's going to mean is that, somebody asked me the same question. They said, I don't have a Facebook account. Does this impact me? Well, at the end of the day, you're agreeing to give Facebook, WhatsApp, Facebook, which is the holding company, a lot more information about you on your mobile phone. So they're going to have access to a lot of that information. Personally, and the information that I'm hearing from other users, and I'm telling you what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be deleting my Facebook account. I'm going to be deleting my WhatsApp account, as well as my Instagram account, because I think Facebook have gone too far on their privacy and their profit-making, and users are getting very angry out there. And I'm hearing the same kind of reaction from a lot of other users across the world. And I must tell you, I've been using the Telegram app and the Signal app for the last few months and years, in fact, and they are brilliant, brilliant alternatives, and I strongly recommend them as opposed to using WhatsApp.
Well, thank you very much. That's the host of Tech Hub on eNCA, Aki Anastasiou.